Alexa, all yours.
Thank you very much, Charles. So, a very warm welcome to the 27th Performance Days. And it's my 14th year to present the newest trends. And just to introduce myself very quickly, I'm an active sports designer and workwear designer in full passion. And throughout the years, with all those expertises that I could gain, I also developed a very special textile expertise that I would love to present you today. So, we will talk today about the latest performance trends in functional fabrics and accessories. We will talk about the novelties for summer 25. We will talk about first layer to outer shell, and all the important trends in fabrics and functions, because new developments have been really exciting. And of course, in the end, on the focus topic, our journey to carbon neutrality, which is the third fair about the topic. And this year's theme is, this season's theme is Create, Align, and Compare. So this season, we had more than 580 product submissions and from more than 145 exhibitors. And in the end, we selected 286 fabrics here that we will show you in Munich and then in 2 weeks in Portland. And we have 109 selected accessories that you can see on the wall in the forum area. So also in the digital loop, you can look at all the fabrics, not only the forum fabrics that you will see, but also all the fabrics that the exhibitors have been applied with to the forum for the jury. So let's start with the base layer. We have function in perfection on a higher level this year, which is amazing. And we have combination of synthetic fibers with natural fabrics. We have cotton fibers with a cooling effect, such as Burr and Coolmax. We have wool blends with Tencel. We have new 3D structures. And we have more summery colors for a cheerful look. So in the fantastic blends, you will see new recycling, new circular is repurposing blended fibers, recycled fibers with naturals and synthetics. Merino wool blends with degradable recycled polyester, linen, and polyamide, and different Tencel fiber in blends such as Tencel, Lyocell, Refibra, and Modal. So cotton comes from regenerative and smart farming practices. It sequesters more CO2 than it emits, and regarment recycled polyester yarn from old garments and new cacao yarn made from agriculture cacao shell waste. Then we have some cooling technologies from Burr and Coolmax, hexagon knitting patterns, wicking finish through an hydrophilic active particle technology derived from minerals. Coming over to mid-layer. You will see a variety of great innovations and fabric blends. Manufacturers can choose from a wide range of cotton fabrics. And for the first time, nylon obtained from recycled car tires had been also used in mid-layers. I'm going to talk about that later as well. The amount of post-consumer recycled nylon from BASF and carbon capture yarn has increased enormously. And new fiber-to-fiber concepts are shown, and monocomponent fibers. So car tire nylons in mid-layer fabrics, such as from Q-Cycle recycled polyamide from end-of-life tires, or BASF recycled car tire nylon, and reduction on CO2 emissions about 40%, and blends with organic cotton, Tencel, and Lyocell. So as well, we have very nice hybrid wool concepts, blends with recycled polyester and elastane, provided natural insulation and moisture wicking properties, improved durability and long-lasting performance, and use of wool yarn on the backside reduces microplastic emissions. Then we have waste recycled yarns, which are no dyeing, from scraps to fibers to yarn to fabric. Then we have anti-microfiber concepts in mid-layers, so we have dual air trapping design. We have backside with biodegradable polyester green one. We have Polartec shedless technology, reduces laundry fiber fragment shedding by 85%. And we have biodegradable fabric. So, new surfaces and structures in soft shell and outer mid-layer, jacquard weaves in melange look, and reflective fabrics. You will find a lot of new terms and trademarks in this forum. Actually, one of it is Stormega. It's a new technology that can produce a unique single-layer fabric, which is like 48% recycled polyester, 48% recycled Escafé polyester, and a little elastane. And then we have recycled polyester from post-consumer fabric scrap and carbon capture yarn. So you will see waffle structure, storm fleece from Synctex, jacquard structure, recycled stretch reflective fabric with high visibility. Then we have jacquard knit with carbon capture yarn, omnipotent coffee made from recycled coffee residue after nanometer grinding, and Stormega technology. In outer layer, 2.5 and 3 layer, you will see new membrane technologies, very interesting. Only a few polyamide fabrics this season. Recycled polyester in many interesting blends, and very light 2.5 layer qualities from 67 to 150 grams. So, from the few recycled polyamide fabrics, they are all under 100 grams. GRS recycled polyamide, mechanical stretch 3 layer, ocean waste recycled nylon, and for lighter jackets, more durable polyamide is used. Recycled polyester is in many interesting blends to see, so with a monolithic hydrophilic PU membrane, bio-based laminates, monomaterial 100% recycled polyester as mechanical stretch, or recycled polyester eco with PFC-free TWR. In the 2.5 layer, we have some very light quantities from 67 to 150 grams. We have made with recycled ocean waste nylon with X-Pore membrane from BenQ, Escafé technology, and graphene print on the backside that provides high thermal conductivity. Coming to outer layer, 2 layer. Here we had plenty of beautiful and lightweight fabrics in an outstanding quality. Carbon capture yarn, biodegradable polyester, partially water repellent polypropylene. Recycled polyester types, bio-based nylons, and many manufacturers are seeking solutions on conserving energy and water in the production of the fabrics. So, 2-layer polyester, you will find biodegradable polyester, bio-earth recycled polyester, which shortens the biodegradation, and bio-based polyester membrane. The dyeing in 2 layers also very interesting. You have pure dye total solution. You have 100% solution dyeing for better color fastness and higher saturation. And you have cationic dyeing, which leads to unique melange effects. Then you will find carbon capture recycled polyester and 100% polypropylene super lightweight 2-layer with 74 gram both face and membrane. Coming to lightweight and downproof, a variety of bio-based nylons, recycled polyester fabrics alternate with exciting alternatives to recycled polyamide. And fabrics are extremely lightweight. In the polyamides, you will find recycled ocean waste polyamide. You will find green beads fluorocarbon-free DWR. You will find Re-Ecoya recycled nylon dope-dyed yarn. And you will find water-based acrylic coating. As well, you will find P11 made from castor plants, bio-based PA 610 made from castor oil, and Nigeo bio-based nylon for PA56, and bio-based PA11 Stencil by nature nylon as well. Then we have from the polyesters 100% recycled polyester. Recycled polyester with solar panel, ultra durable PFA free water repellent technology. 100% recycled polyester from garment cutting scraps and overstock fabric. In the shirts, you will find only a few innovative developments this season, but they are visible in the area of the shirts. And what has elaborated was 3D structure alternating with small-scale structures. Recycled polyester fabrics with cooling properties. Hemp provides durability, good performance, and impresses increasingly with its soft feel. Check patterns in all shapes, colors, and variations. So, we have a few fiber blends with cotton, with tencel modal, with tencel lyocell, with pineapple leaf fiber, and with hemp. We have bio-based nylon in blends with cotton or tencel, lyocell, and elastane. We have dry release blends, mechanical stretch from 100% recycled polyester. Then, of course, there's UV protection, quick dry, cooling properties, lightweight window vent construction provide natural stretch, and three-dimensional waffle structures. And then coming to pants and tights, new recycling methods are used. Materials derived from old fishing nets or old car tires. Tire manufacturer Michelin is seeking a path to a greater sustainability with its own production site for the processing of old tires in cooperation with the company in Vero. Michelin plans to set up a first recycling plant of its kind worldwide, and I'm going to talk about this again on the new trends. You will find recycled nylon from waste fishing nets, Econyl polyamide, post-consumer recycled polyamide 6.6 from Q-Cycle obtained from recycling tires, and recycled polyamide made from old tires combined with polyester Coolmax for more breathability. Then we have recycled polyester with burr, with natural cooling minerals combined with hemp. Then we have recycled polyester from garment cutting scraps and overstock fabric waste yarn. And bio-based polyester from Cyclo. In the knitted tights fabrics, there are all around with 20% lycra or elastane. The stretch compression is with good UV protection, non-see-through, and some fancy prints. And then we are coming to the next category called Function Meets Fashion. There's a great selection of stylish fabrics this season. We have, for example, some 100% RWS wool qualities, stylish imitation leather, and satin. Or 100% recycled polyester in interesting structures. Many are regulating body temperature when worn, 3D constructions for new looks, and color reflector fabrics for better visibility. Lanzatec is also showing some carbon capture yarn. We have a 375-gram thick RWS wool biodegradable nylon jacquard, a 2-layer with shiny surface like silk, and a 2-tone jacquard knit from recycled polyester. Then there's some recycled stretch reflective fabric with high visibility, weft mechanical stretch, 3D texture fabric with 4-way stretch, and stretch satin fabric from recycled polyester with silk appearance. Next category is safety, health, and durability. Durability, abrasion protection, tear resistance, elasticity, breathability, wearing comfort is important for workwear fabrics. They need high technical performance values. So we have many robust denim structures, fire-resistant materials, graphene fabrics that are waterproof, breathable, and anti-static. You will find some durability in earth colors made from recycled polyamide, Q-cycle yarn obtained from recycling tires. AX Sweet, Wienerback, RPET, highly durable synthetic nubuck, ideal gloves, bags, and apparel. Waterproof, breathable, 3-layer made from 100% cotton, and graphene embedded. Of course, there are some high-vis fabrics with 37.5 technology plus EB additive to enhance biodegradation, twisted yarn for excellent abrasion and tear resistance. We have the new category that is enlarging. So, and at this moment, I can also maybe announce something very interesting, because next season we're going to extend performance days to a footwear section. So you will see here, for the last time, footwear in the forum, in this forum, because there will be an extra footwear forum next season. So in bags and footwear, you will see new recycling processes, recycled polypropylene, bio-based nylon, and in the footwear sector, manufacturers are opting for recycled rubbers or fibers from pineapple leaves. You will find green one, biodegradable polyester yarn, pineapple leaf fiber, vegan alternative leather. Yeah, we have a, yeah. Yeah, okay. Recycled industrial wastage gas carbon capture yarn. Then rainbow-like shimmer effect by interweaving of different colors of solution dyed yarn. Solution dyed yarn, melange effect made from a solution dyed polyester process. So in the footwear, there are some innovative inserts, patented shark drain outsole, eco-dye water-saving leather, sustainable context such as recycled polyester and recycled rubber. And then let's go over to the forum at the wall. We have 109 selected accessories. And our wall special this season is new options in polypropylene, because polypropylene is really advancing in its technologies. And as polypropylene has a low carbon footprint, it's a low carbon footprint synthetic fiber because of its chemical nature. So it's now possible to overcome its electrical resistance and, for example, create a teddy fleece. And another achievement is a woven fabric with 50% polypropylene from post-consumer waste. So it's a breakthrough for both sourcing and processing recycled polypropylene. The dyeing process is waterless in polypropylene, and using instead dote dyeing or spin dyeing. And 2-layer fabrics are composed of 100% polypropylene, both face and membrane, that has water resistant without water repellency. It can be super light now, as well as made from European bio-based polypropylene from organic waste. So, coming to the accessories, we have the visibility add-ons, we have elastic with open fiber and relight technology, full reflective screen printed transfer, and silver reflective particle prints. In labels and patches, you will find some 100% hemp paper hand tags, Tencel, modal labels, 100% recycled TPUs, recycled fishing net, and recycled paper labels. In the transfers, you will find some bio-based polyester, transfer with laser perforation, recycled polyester scraps, and biodegradable water-based heat transfers. In the tapes, you will find some mechanical stretch tape with no elastane, elastic with open fiber for proper breathability, adjustable tape, both sides debossed tape. In the trims, you will see some recycled polyester knit puller, 100% recycled nylon stopper, adjustable buckles, recycled cord with silicone dipping. Zippers are very exciting. There's some recycled polyester, colorful teeth zippers, ultra mid-cycled polyamide zipper, and end-to-life zipper made from biofield, bio-based nylon. This year, we have, for the first time, some additional garments and seamless knitting. So there's a seamless top and bottom with 78% cupro knitting, which feels like silk. It creates silk-like quality. And a seamless jacket with Q Nova polyamide and seamless legging with Coolmax. In the insulation fibers, you will see some 100% recycled polyester padding, fibers in a unique interlocking solution, featherless insulation, wool down blend insulation, and 100% wool insulation. So coming to the fabric trends, we actually created 3 new icons because I think they are really important to point out for the next seasons. So the first one is recycled polyester from carbon capture yarn. Recycled polyester from carbon capture yarn is using factory exhaust gases as a process also called CCU, could be a new future-proof alternative to recycled polyester from PET bottles because we will have soon no longer available quantities of PET bottles. So the process utilizes biotechnology which transforms industrial waste gas into low-carbon MEG to be utilized in polyester production. For example, the results of LanzaTech's partnership with FENC, Bio3 PET. These new developments extend to 2-layer membranes, fleece, shirt, and base layer fabrics. So 3 seasons ago, we had the very first developments, and it was still a pilot project, and it's really exciting to see this now all over the categories. Then we have recycled nylon from old car tires. It's been booming as a resource. And this season you can find it in the performance for crossover fabric categories as a valuable alternative to other recycled nylon options. So watch out for Q-Cycle from BASF and Falgas collaboration, which has its basis recycled prime materials from end-of-life tires. And this allows for a reduction of CO2 equality emissions to about 40% when compared to other fibers. And more companies, for example, such as Michelin, the French producer, they are about to build new pyrolysis factories, and Michelin is building it in Chile. So maybe this is a big opportunity for our crossover circularity in the future. And the third icon we created is the use of textile waste. Because it's so important that recycled fabric developments from textile waste are steadily increasing. So you will find fabrics from scrapped, fiber to fiber, and wear-to-wear concepts in synthetics and natural fibers on the show this year. So wear-to-wear has a huge potential and supports circular models which close the textile loop. And more upcycling of pre-consumer cotton scraps from garment production is contributing to the circular economy. So now coming to our focus topic, the journey to carbon neutrality. Since the spring 2022 edition of Performance Days, the jury has been following a path as a part of roadmap of fiber and material experts towards the goal of CO2 neutrality. Part 1 was to introduce the focus topic of carbon footprinting, fabric samples, and introducing their measurement technologies in spring 2022. Part 2 was concentrated on the first results from the suppliers in autumn 2022. And part 3 now has been a push to get everyone to use similar metrics so that realistic comparison can happen. And this is this fair edition. And we're going to close our journey with this edition. And I would like to have Charles Ross on stage to explain a little bit more how we did it. Mikrofon für Charles Gross.
This is where we get techie again. Performance Days wants us to work out the carbon impact associated to this industry. We acknowledge carbon is one of 13 areas we should be paying attention to. But carbon is the most high profile because of the Paris Agreement, because we're not on target to meet the 2030 objectives or the 2050 objectives. So carbon is where the big focus is. We have been using the Higg index. There is a lot of controversy around the Higg index. Its data is rationalized and moderated by the Sustainable Apparel Coalition, and it's good, but it's nowhere near perfect. There are other indices to use. I personally use Higg because I know where the flaws are. And I know whilst we have an imperfect system, we will work our way around them. But Higg is 5 different tools, 4 of which I have every confidence in. The Material Sustainability Index, I have a problem with, but I know how to play it. And you think, yes, we know where we are, things are improving, there's more third-party data coming in. We're in Europe, we're going to have product environmental footprints, PEFs, coming in within a couple of years. I have seen the early draft of PEFs, and if you thought the Higg MSI was bad, you wait until you see PEFs. All I'm saying is that this is an area in transit. There's movement, there's improvement, but we need to start to think about how we measure where. When we can measure where we are, then we can improve. So, sorry to be a bit serious. It's an imperfect world. We're making progress. I believe that if we all use the same metric, it then becomes very easy to compare ourselves to our industry norm. But Alexa, I'm going to give back to you rather than rant here.
Thank you, Charles. So actually it has been a process, but we're very proud that it was a process to finally get the Higg values actually on all the focus topic fabrics. So, and the jury had been discussing for a long time on our last session to really understand about the Higg index, and we had some enlightenments, and we hope that throughout this show you will get some enlightenments too and have a chance with the Higg index and the carbon values on the fabrics to get a little comparison what it's all about for our future. So, and so after all, how can the values of natural fibers such as wool, cotton or tencel be compared with those of recycled polyester, recycled nylon or bio-based polyester or nylon? And in general, we decided that this year's focus topics distinguished between 3 separate categories to make it more easy. And we differentiated the overview of CO2 emissions and thereby increased transparency and comparability. So, category 1 is synthetic fibers. So this includes variants made of recycled polyester, recycled polyamide and polypropylene, which save up to 30 to 40% on CO2 emissions compared to a classic fleece, for example. Virgin polyester boasts higher values than the recycled variations, and bioplastic would fall into this category as well. So, in synthetic fibers, you will find chemical recycled garment waste polyester yarn, same quality, same fabric quality as virgin polyester, and the carbon footprint is 12% lower. Then recycled polyester from textile waste garment cutting scraps, and I cannot read, and from waste yarn. Then we have carbon capture polyester. Carbon capture technology can effectively reduce the consumption of new resources. We have monocomponent polyester with mechanical stretch for recyclability, and we have low temperature dyeing. The synthetic fibers polyamide is recycled nylon from ocean waste fishing nets. We have recycled nylon from end-of-life tires and 100% recycled polyamide with no background. Category 2 is fibers that are made from celluloses. It includes lyocell, hemp, organic cotton, bamboo, linen, Naya spun fibers to their recycled equivalents, natural blended fibers. So Lenzing's stencil trademark is CO2 neutral in its undyed versions, and cotton from regenerative agriculture can be CO2 negative. In the cellulose fibers, you will find some tencel, lyocell biodegradable, silky and fine lyocell filament yarn, 3-layer with great stretch and wrinkle resistance, Naya, that is responsibly sourced from FSC certified trees, tencel modal cross knitting with organic cotton and linen, and 3 sustainable fibers create unique natural hand feel. So category 3 is fibers derived from animals. These include, among others, wool and recycled wool and wool blends, alpaca, down, and leathers fall all in this category too. There's a food industry on this planet whilst the demand exists, and there will be waste byproducts of the meat processing. So no cows, sheep, pigs are grown for their leathers, just as no ducks or geese are grown for their feathers. If these materials were not to be used, then they would have to be disposed of, which would mean incineration. So animal fibers you will find are 100% wool with RWS. Wool has excellent thermal regulation properties. Merino wool tencel lyocell blend. Soft hand feel, odor control, and outstanding physical performance. And fully biodegradable fabrics in both soil and water. Coming to the awards, I would like to ask company Green Thread on stage for the Performance Award. Please welcome. Hello. You are going to present the award.
Okay, my name is Masato Hashi from Green Threads Inc. We are honored to receive such performance award here. And thank you very much for jury who selected us. Also, thank you for people who are supporting us, and especially manufacturers, young manufacturers who made these yarns, and weaving factories people, also dyeing and finishing factory people. Thank you very much. And probably most of you are not so familiar with the company, so let me introduce briefly. Green Threads Inc. is a converter based in Japan and specialized for synthetic, ultra lightweight woven fabrics for outerwear and sleeping bags. And this time, the award receiving fabric is CWA 1219 D00, which is only 18 grams per square meter, made of the recycled polyamide yarns. That is 4 denier and 7 denier recycled yarn. And it has already PFC-free DWR, and it has damp-proof functions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's an extremely beautiful fabric, and please go and look at the wall and look at this fabric. The construction is really amazing.
Alexa, I'm going to talk over you. If you guys haven't seen this fabric, we know 7 denier is about the lowest we can go on a polyamide that is still durable. They've combined it with a 4 denier. It should fall apart. It doesn't. There's something special. This is super lightweight. Okay, it's a bit shiny, it's a bit slippery, but this is pushing the edge of engineering, and we've never seen it done so well. So if you want the future of super, that's it. Green threads are over that direction against the back wall.
So, Charles, please come on stage and present the Eco Award, our Eco Performance Award from Terher Industrial Corporation. It's a very beautiful shirt fabric.
There are 2 awards. This is Performance Days. We are really interested in pushing the development of better performing fabrics. But it's become very obvious that sustainability is now on everyone's agenda. So we have created a second award, and we don't always give a sustainability award, only when we see something a bit exceptional. And this is essentially using a banana extract. So it's a bioplastic. Bioplastic, get in your head, it's not biodegradable, it's not plastic, it's a terrible word, but it's where we're pulling synthetic performance from the banana waste. It's wonderful. It has really good tactile feel, haptic feel. It looks interesting, but more importantly, it is experimenting. We know this field is going to progress. We know it's going to get better. But unless you have someone like this brand pushing the envelope, we're never going to progress into this area. So yes, the award for eco-performance. They're on the wall in the performance fabric area, which is 20 yards that way.
Thank you so much, Charles.
And it also highlights that you can send stuff in for awards even if you don't have a stand here. We want to judge the best in the market.
So before finishing this presentation, I just wanted to remember all of you that you can always have access on the digital platform in the Loop. So if you go on Performance Days, the Loop, you can order all the fabrics directly online. The forum categories are there just as they are shown in the forum itself. Plus you have about more than 10,000 fabrics now from all suppliers, all exhibitors here in the show to access and order. And you will see some 3D rendered UM3 files. You can see them as well already in the forum. If you choose with your QR code, you can go into it, you can download the UM3 file and use it directly in your 3D programs for designing your collections. So, thank you very much. I hope you had some interesting insights for this trend for summer 25, and hope to see you soon. And if you want to have this presentation as a PDF file, just drop me your name card, your business card, and I'm happy to send it over to you. Thank you.
Can we show our appreciation for Alexa, please?